Alright, let's start the... Alright then, I guess let's start. Oh shit, she knows. Not even our secret helper is any help. And if so? That should be granted a chance to fight against Lady Bern Castrol, the strongest of witches. Defeated Lady Lambert Delta. Okay. I think you're just making up names at this point. At least Beatrice is a real name. You called her here, didn't you? That kid. Wait, as in Maria? Oh, no. This is the person I saw in the preview thing. Hello, new person. With a pumpkin. What are you, like the spirit of Halloween or some shit? I finally found you, Berncaster. How are you, Lambda? Oh, okay. Looks like you've got lots of spare time too. I wonder if it's fate that the pair who hates boredom should run into each other again. Stupid kid. Can't you see you only won against me because of a little luck and a problem of compatibility? You're dumb too, Vito. If this kid's in your game, she'll make a mess of everything. You suddenly didn't just bring Lady Lambda Delta here to watch from the sidelines. After informing you that you were betting against me, she said that she would bet against you. You're still holding a grudge, aren't you? Ho ho ho! Because I'm the strongest witch in the universe. But I lost to you, which means I'm not the strongest. So any enemy of yours is my ally. Can we... Why do they all look like children? Do as you like. Now that I've been exposed, allow me to get serious. That would be well. Going easy has never been written in my dictionary. Lady Lambda Delta. Let us enjoy our precious time together. Yeah, I'll be counting on you, Lady Beatrice. I've been betrayed pretty bad by her too. Until the two of us smash her up and pay her back double, I won't be able to rest. I'll be counting on you, Lambda. And you too, and you, Vito. No matter what we fight over, this will be a very significant battle for us all. Yeah, that's right. Of course, I don't plan on losing. Actually, what do these guys look like in the original? Okay, pretty much the same. After all, we hate boredom. That's right. I should thank you, Vito. It looks like I'll finally be able to escape my boredom. Do your best to entertain me, along with Lambda Delta. Leave it to me. If we're decided, Vito, then let's start a strategy meeting right now. I know all of this girl's weak points, and I'll teach you all of them. And yet, Lady Lambda Delta, you were defeated by her. I won't tell you, I won't tell you. Then... She's never boring, that Lady Lambda Delta. Isn't she? Take care of her. She gets lonely easily. I see, so she's one of those that are popular these days. Cinderace? Yep. Quite cutting edge. Alrighty, that kid's waiting for you to chase after her. Then if you'll excuse me, see you next game! I think we need a strategy as well. I'm sorry. A troublesome one came, but don't mind it. More importantly, things sure got ugly. I thought I experienced a very tragic end in Lambda's game, but this one is exceptionally horrible. I can't say I don't understand why you're hugging your knees and closing up your heart. Yeah, I'm hugging my knees right now, but that's just because I sit weirdly. If you meet a fate like that a few more times, it'll take a lot less than 100 years to kill your heart. Vito saw through me, so I'll confess. You are now just like I was in the past, when I was imprisoned inside Lambda's world. Okay, this is like Higurashi. This is like Higurashi shit, isn't it? Yeah. Shed inside of a labyrinth of cruel fate, tormented by a witch, in a manner of speaking. I am a witch who was born from there, so maybe I'm like an older sister to you. So I decided that I'd lend you my power. However, even compared to my fate, yours is truly brutal. Not only do I sympathize with you, I'm almost brought to tears by your tragic fate. But please, don't lose heart. Please don't submit to Vito, no matter what. Suddenly that child's game is quite unfair. I've only been allowed a glimpse of the game board. The unfair and clever devices set up on the stage are so disgusting, but I imagine they far surpass those on Lambda Delta's game board. I assume if I look up who Lambda Delta is, I'm just gonna get spoiled for this game and Higurashi at the same time. And what's even more frightening is that when that kid moves a piece, she doesn't always make the best possible move. This is when she's very different to Lambda. Lambda always uses an overpowering number of pieces to make the best possible move in order to win. Yep. There actually was a weak point. Don't stop thinking, don't deny any possibility. As long as you continue to hold the will to fight, Vito will not win. Rather than trying to win, try not to lose. If accepting her means your defeat, then you definitely mustn't accept her. Making you accept witches. There's no doubt that this is one of Beatrice's victory conditions. Now that I announce I'm your ally, I too will make a great effort as possible to lend you my power. Make an effort yourself as well. If you're still hugging your knees, quickly stand back up. In times like this, what did I used to say again? Go for it, yay. Me, Nipa! I assume this means something if you played Higurashi. It doesn't really give me much to work on. Well, Hello. Ah, there you are. Yeah, those are the cutesy noises Rika made. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, if I feel like this is just like, hey, Higurashi. So was Rika basically like the guardian of the bad end theater in Higurashi as well. Well, I guess it's not always the bad end theater, but you know, it's the kind of a hey, so this is what happened in this timeline, and now when we're going to another route, this is what you're going to have to do next time. Anyways, Lambda Delta from Higurashi as well. Well, last time, right when I felt a little pity and said she could start with her pieces anywhere she wanted, that idiot Byrne, without taking notice of my compassion, started with all her pawns on my side of the board. Okay. I, the great Lady Lambda Delta, the Witch of Certainty and the strongest in the universe, will bring your hopelessly low chance of winning just a little bit closer to certainty. How's that gonna work? What are you gonna do? You know, Beatrice may be a really cruel, powerful witch, but she's no match for me. Why? Because she's soft. If she'll set up the board in a way that'll let her win in just a few more moves, she'll intentionally avoid cornering you. You know what? That is true. It's got a habit of playing around as soon as she thinks she's won. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, when he basically, when Battler was basically just like accepted the witch. At that point, the game still kept going. People still kept dying, and she kind of could have just, you know, ended it there. I, Lady Lambda Delta, am super paper. I mean, it's not like I helped you because I wanted to save you, okay, Baka? It's not like I'm really helping you, okay? I won't forgive you, make Burn cry. But Baka. Okay, but what did that give us? Is that it? I feel like we didn't get nearly as many hints this sort of time around than we did last time. Just that the witches are going to be more involved. Who fucking knows what that means? Yeah, there we go. I am super. Okay, okay, that's great. I'm glad they made that the achievement because that was the best line. Okay, edition of a new game board is what they said. So what's it? Okay, it's just the mansion again. What is it going to be? Oh yeah, I guess you're right. You're saying so. This one is saying the difficulty level is equal. The last one, the difficulty level is extreme. I guess it's fair enough because we didn't really have. Yeah, the Tea Party and Higurashi were fourth wall. Everyone chats around the chapter things. Yeah, them being part of the plot of Umineko subverting things. Okay, that's cool. It makes sense. It's just interesting that of course they would do that. Yeah, exactly. The difficulty level sure was extreme. Yeah, because like it was just like, yeah, hitting you when you were down because she's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna make this one another locked room murder mystery, and this one as well, and this one as well, and I'm going to use actual magic and demons and shapeshifters and just the fucking weirdest shit because why not? Whereas this one, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's gonna mean that, like, what's the word? Um, that, uh, that it's like like something happened in this timeline that means she's not as powerful. Like whereas in episode two, like the mirror was broken and the Shinto shrine was broken, so like she had more power there, and she has less power. Or if like at some point we are literally just going to break the plot, and suddenly the other witches will show up, including the one from Higurashi. Anyway, let's see what did we get from episode two. Tips. Those are all the same, I think. Those are all the same. That's the, I think that one's, yeah, that's the same thing, I think. All right, here we go. Golden butterfly brooch. The subject arranges all fate variables in amount of favor to form relationships with. Oh, well, this is the thing. Is this the thing that she gave? She gave that she gave Shannon. This leads to nothing more than a favorable arrangement of variables, so its strength differs widely depending on the individual in question. Hence, which sewing upon the option of confident able to use it effectively. The activation cost is enormous, so it's no more useful than the average person in ordinary brooch. Blind love is easily capable of paying this enormous price, and if the target of receiver fiction, blah 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 blah, the more dramatic the effect becomes, the less one would need such a brooch in the first place. Okay, that's doesn't really tell me much at all, actually. Um. Hang. Oh, okay, wait. Cool. Here we go. Missing. He did surrender to the poor witch at one point, but he pulled himself together and regained his will to fight. I see. So to witches, Battler makes a great toy for smashing. That explains why she's always breaking him, fixing him, and breaking him again. Torture is meaningless if you kill the subject. You've got to alternate between causing pain and letting them rest. Interesting. Is that it? Yeah, these are just... And then, like... Yeah, so and then, like, with Rosa, is this the same thing? Yeah. Okay. Right. So it's just I guess it's interesting that like he did surrender to Beatrice, but then like he could get back up. Like it's interesting that he has that ability that it's not just like the moment he surrenders uh oh, oh god. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for suggesting me to press the next button because I didn't know that was that. I didn't even. I thought I'd pressed that, but I pressed the tips button. Um, yeah, I'll check that afterwards. What was I gonna say? I was saying that that yeah, like you'd think if it's like a witch and magic and stuff, like the moment that he surrendered to Beatrice, that basically she had control of him and his soul and all that stuff, and it was basically the moment of no return. But I guess that's not actually the case. I guess it isn't really like an actual demon contract thing, although everything else is. So that's really okay. Beatrice, the endless witch, lived for 1,000 years, known for being cruel even among witches. She loves bullying the weak and is capable of using trial and error endlessly to find the cruelest fate they can possibly be given. She toys with her victims even further by pulling on one after another, which is extremely powerful. But word is that she sometimes becomes obsessed with creating certain patterns, so that means ends up becoming her goals. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory. Okay, here we go. Advanced level furniture created by Beatrice. They can sometimes act by their own will. Okay. They cannot obey the orders of their master. Quite powerful in their human forms when they return to their true forms at stake in purgatory, blah blah blah. Leviathan is the second sister. She's nothing but a crybaby who's jealous all the time. Great, I guess. Uh-huh. The Witch of Miracles, who's there for 1,000 years. Yeah, okay, they've all lived for 1,000 years. Her vast power was capable of creating all kinds of miracles, but her heart has broken a bit as a result. Back when she was a human, Lambda Delta once imprisoned her within a cruel fate, toying with her the whole time. As a result, seems she's unable to abandon others who are caught in a similar fate. Theoretically, she's a witch with the greatest of powers, but in practice, this is no more realistic than folding a paper 100 times so it reaches the moon. Yet she did fold it 100 times, and she might be the same person as Higurashi, as the character in Higurashi, but I don't know. Lambda Delta, the witch of certainty, lived for 1,000 years. She embodies the idea that hard works are rewarded and is revered even by human. hard work is rewarded. Though she is a witch, she does not stray far from the concept of humans. For that reason, her powers, when worshipped by humans, is incalculable. However, she is fickle about whose efforts she chooses to reward. Many creatures bestows her reward upon those who entertain her the most. Her immense, swift, and terrifying power can make any witch surrender to an instant. However, she is often reckless, and Berncastel was able to take full advantage of that. Wait, this is like the characters from like the in the from the perspective of sorcery. It's taught human sorcerer. His natural talent, level knowledge, nothing special. When his nearly insane powers of concentration and dedication were transformed into magical power, he awakened as the great sorcerer. Sure, if you say so. His power is at least great enough he was able to summon Beatrice form contract with her. Though his power is great, it is also extremely limited. He specializes in summoning and barriers, so perhaps it is fitting to call him a summoner. There you go. Magic is real, I guess. Oh, right, he's going to talk about everyone's magical powers. Okay. An unfortunate young man Beatrice has taken a liking to, a human who's inherited the black blood from Kinzo. The massive resistance to magic power Kinzo was born with was passed on to Badla. Ironically, it was this trait that made it so hard for Kinzo to succeed as a magician. Okay. Massive defensive power against magic can be, even by itself, decisive in a battle against a witch. Kinzo has begun to lose this power in age, but the young battler's power is still on the rise. Perhaps it's understandable that Beatrice tried to crush it as soon as possible. Unfortunately, he doesn't. It doesn't come with the ability to summon laser beams. That is unfortunate. He has the anti-magic power, which is the one that doesn't look cool. It just means that when somebody else tries to look cool, it doesn't do anything. Magic massive resistance to magical power, aka very stubborn. That's also true. I mean, like that's it's like almost like trying to explain a character trait, but it's more just like it's yeah, I just there's this character in Raging Loop, um where the protagonist in that is also a little bit similar where it's yeah, it's basically yeah, it's like his was it like no his magical power was basically a way like explaining away everybody else's magical powers, except like that's just one thing that's like it's only mentioned like in the post game, like once you've beaten the whole game and people are like, yeah, no, like magic is sort of semi real sort of, and I think that he's got also got a magical power that is the ability to explain other people's magical powers and then make that into reality. And that's very dangerous and stuff. But yeah, it only happens after you beat the game. Raging Leap's good. If you haven't read it, I enjoyed it a lot. You might it might end up kind of just being like a Umineko vibes of like, oh, maybe I've sort of seen this before, but oh well. Alright, a little magician who's inherited the black blood from Kinzo. Unlike Kinzo, she was gifted with talent and began to tread the path from a magician from a young age. Her power is new weak and still weak. She still hasn't graduated from an apprentice level. However, she is skilled with enchantments which bestow magical powers upon objects, and the magical items she creates are all masterclass. Okay, and so that's why the magical charm thing, the scorpion charm actually worked because it was made by her as opposed to it just being a cheap toy. Okay, Genji, Kendo's earliest furniture, which he created to serve him and him alone with complete loyalty. Oh shit. Though he was Kinzo's first creation, he was made with the help of a high-class demon. So while there were several defects in his initial specifications, he conceals a great potential within himself. Wait, so then they were never human to begin with. That's great. Oh, okay, you have Red Raging Loop. That's great. Okay, I actually, honestly, I didn't actually consider the idea that they were never human to begin with, because, well, I mean, first of all, they said that, like, yeah, Kendo doesn't really have magical powers, right? But, like, I guess he does, because he can summon, so he's, like, summoning familiars to work as his fucking servants, which I don't know if it makes that more or less problematic. In the many years following that, he continued to mature and compensate for his many deficiencies, turning himself into the nearly flawless butler furniture that he is now. He is approaching the limit of his service life, but the magical power he can unleash for an instant rivals Kinzo's. But I thought you just said Kinzo doesn't have power. Oh no, he said his power is great. Okay. Okay. Sure. So what happened to Shannon and Cannon? Are they human? Shannon is, in the truest sense, Kinzo's handmade furniture, which he created without borrowing the power of demons. Nope, she is not human. She is okay. Is a doll made. So I'm sorry, George. You fell in love and wanted to marry a doll that was created by your grandfather. It's very creepy. I'm so sorry, George. Although there were a few problems with her initial specifications, she was given a very rare and precious thing, a heart. It seems as a result of this long personal experience, Kinzo came to believe the power created by the heart contains within it a strong magic. In the lengthy time following that, she began to mature, becoming exceptionally skilled with powers of a protective or repulsive nature, such as magical barriers. Because it is in a very more varied alone, she presents immense magician class power, of course. And Canon, what about you? So far, he's the last furniture created by Kinzo, making use of previous experience. Kinzo managed to create implement a set of flawless specs. Canon was also given a heart, but it was much weaker than Shannon's. Like on purpose, or like is that just a thing you can do? Perhaps because Kinzo felt a sense of approaching personal danger related to his fortune as he reared the end of his life, near the end of life, so Canon with the rare power to fight and protect. However, he hasn't matured properly and is unable to properly control his old power and speed. Okay. So, oh my god. Okay. Like, I almost can't take it seriously, but like, okay, fine. So, and then there are also their maids and butlers as well, because, yeah. But whereas that being said, Kumasawa is just an old lady. She is not a doll. Um, hang on. If we go back, all right. Yeah, no, Kumasawa just sticks out like a sore thumb because she's just a person, I guess. I mean, obviously Goto was just a person as well, but we mentioned that like everyone else has like the whole like the mark of. Oh wait, no, maybe she doesn't have the mark of the of the winged eagle on her. I thought she did. Huh. I thought she did have the mark of the one-winged eagle, but maybe she doesn't either. But like she's like the whole thing is like she's another trusted servant, right? Yeah, just a lady who really likes fish. She just really likes mackerel. It's just that's her magical power. I mean, actually knowing this game, I wouldn't be surprised if there's just like a joke ending at one point where like Kumasawa just like either just like beats somebody up with a mackerel or just like she can just summon fish and then that's her like secret magical power that nobody ever knew about and then she just like saves the day with fish. I would not be surprised. um uh yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's certainly an interesting way to tell you that magic is real, but I guess it makes sense. And it's good that it's all, what's the word, it's all it's all optional. You don't really need to read any of this to understand it. What happens when you press execute on this thing? You cannot. All right, you can't do it. Characters. I want to try and do it again. Okay, no, she can't. Yeah, there we go. Nutty, what a, yeah. What a useless dream to try and kill me despite being a mere human. Fire your bullets and they will merely reflect back towards you like a light off a mirror. However, there exists one way to kill me. You hold that method in the palm of your hand, though I doubt one as mediocre as you could ever pull it off. Let me go back to. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Anyway, thanks for giving me the Mona's try. Yeah, I tried this the first time around when I saw this, and I was like, well, I wonder what happens if I try it. Obviously, it's not going to, but it's it's interesting. Okay, so it doesn't really. I guess yeah, the most interesting stuff here is just this stuff, which is basically, oh, you click on them, and you could click on it, and it changes to the different ones. Asmodeus is the seventh sister. She's at the age where they want a girlfriend, a boyfriend. She'd give up her life for love. Okay, and then Lucifer's the older sister. She's haughty and arrogant. However, she actually feels pleasure from. Okay, I don't. Why don't they've got fucking? Why are their skirts like open like that? I mean, we all know why. It just looks stupid. Yeah. Mammon is the fifth sister. She's very greedy. When she decides she wants something, she'll sacrifice anything and everything to get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The seven deadly sins. Yeah. Um. Yeah. It's the usual the Christian version of the like demons of the seven deadly sins. Beelzebub is the sixth sister. She's a true gourmet. Yep. of course, because I guess she must be gluttony, right? Um, Lucifer, I guess then I guess that's pride. Belphegor, she's sensible and reliable because of this. She corrupts her master's lust, I guess, maybe. Yeah, greeds. Or maybe she's lust. Maybe Asmodeus is lust. I don't know. Uh, just the usual. I don't even remember what all of the um. It doesn't really matter. It's not important. The only reason why it's important is because the whole. Oh, here we go. Satan is this third sister. Yep, she's very quick to anger up. She wants others to be angry at her. She's obviously wrath. Um, because I mean because the thing is that what's the word? Like the only reason why that would matter is because if we go back to the game record and there was a thing before, maybe it was in episode 1. Yeah, the seven decks of purgatory, and they say they cannot target pure people who have not committed one of the seven deadly sins. Oh yeah, or people. Oh right, or people who have a strong resistance to magical power. Wait a second. Wait. But in that one, because it said that he had a high resistance to magical power as well, and but also he was still killed with the. I guess he was burned in the incinerator, so I guess they must have killed him in another way and then put the stake in him. But still, like the whole saying is that they need to target people who haven't committed one of the seven deadly sins, and I assume that depending on the character is depending on which stake they can actually be used with. So like if Satan is pride, I mean I guess canon could be like prideful. Hideyoshi would be Beelzebub. I guess that could make sense if that's like gluttony because he's kind of a bit fat, so he could probably say that. Asmodeus, I can't remember. Mammon was greed. Oh yeah, obviously he's been greedy to us stuff from the witch. Uh, what was it? Lucifer was wrath. Genji, that I'm surprised that he's never been wrathful, but sure. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's just, yeah. Huh, dunno. I guess I'll, I guess that's it, right? At least that's episode 2. I don't think I'm going to get started on episode 3 immediately. I'm just going to have a bit of a break after all that, but definitely enjoying it so far. It'll be fun. Ah, I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. See ya!